मद्भक्तः संगवर्जितः निर्वैर सर्वभूतेषु ये स मामेति पांडव मत्कर्मकृत engage in doing my work mat paramaha considering me the supreme mat bhaktaha engage in my devotional service sangha varjitaha freed from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculations nirvairaha without an enemy sarvabhuteshu among all living entities yaha one who saha he mam unto me eti comes pandava o son of Pandu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. Please respond. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. Purport. It's a long purport. So, anyone who wants to approach the supreme of all personality of Godhead on the Krishna Loka planet in the spiritual sky, be intimately connected with Supreme Personality Krishna, must take this formula as stated by the Supreme himself. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Always we have an impression that 1866-65, Sarva Dharman Parityajam Manamana Bhava, these are called Paribhasa Sutra. But this is also very important verses as Prabhupada stated here. This verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is a book directed to the conditioned soul who are engaged in the material world with the purpose of lording it over the nature and who do not know of the real and spiritual life. Real spiritual life. The Bhagavad Gita is meant to show how one can understand his spiritual existence and his eternal relationship with Supreme Spiritual Personality, and to teach one how to go back to Godhead, how to back home, back to Godhead. So this is the real purpose of Bhagavad Gita, to bring us back to Godhead. Now here in this verse, which clearly explains the process by which one can attain the success in his spiritual activities, devotional service. As far as work is concerned, one should transfer his energy entirely to Krishna conscious activities, as stated in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 12255. Anasaktasya visayan jatharam upajanjataha irvanda Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. No work should be done by any man except in relation to Krishna. This is called Krishna karma. One may be engaged in various activities, but one should not be attached to the result of his work. The result should be done only for him. For example, one may be engaged in business, but to transform that activity into Krishna consciousness, one has to do business for Krishna. If Krishna is the proprietor of the business, then Krishna should enjoy the profit of the business. If the businessman is in possession of thousands of dollars, and if he has to offer all this to Krishna, he can do it. This is work for Krishna. Instead of constructing a big building for his sense gratification, he can construct a nice temple for Krishna. And he can install the deity of Krishna and arrange for the deity service as is outlined in the authorized books of devotional service. This is also called Krishna karma. One should not be attached to the result of his work, but result should be offered to Krishna, and one should accept as prasadam, the remnant of offering to Krishna. If one construct a very big building for Krishna and install the deity of Krishna, one is not prohibited from living there. But it is understood that the proprietor of the building is Krishna. That is called Krishna consciousness. If, however, one is not able to construct a temple for Krishna, one can engage himself in cleansing the temple of Krishna. That is also Krishna karma. One can cultivate a garden. Anyone who has a land in India, at least any poor man has a certain amount of land, can utilize that for Krishna by growing flowers to offer him. One can sow tulsi plants because tulsi leaves are very important, and Krishna has recommended that in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Krishna desired that one offer him either a leaf or a flower or a fruit or a little water, and by such an offering he is satisfied. This leaf especially refers to the tulasi. So one can sow tulasi and pour water on the plant. Thus, even the poorest of men can engage in the service of Krishna. These are some of the example how one can engage in working for Krishna. The word Mat Paramaha refers to one who considers the association of Krishna in his supreme abode to be the highest perfection of life. Such person does not wish to be elevated to a higher planet, such as moon or sun or heavenly planet, or even the highest planet of this universe, Brahmalok. He has no attraction for that. He is only attracted to being transferred to the spiritual sky. And even in the spiritual sky, he is not satisfied with merging into glowing Brahmajyoti effulgence. For he wants to enter the highest spiritual planet, namely Krishna Lok Goloka Vrindavan. He has full knowledge of that planet, and therefore he is not interested in any other, as indicated by the word Madhavakta. He fully engaged in devotional service, especially in the 9 process of devotional service and devotional engagement. Hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering prayers, carrying out the order of the Lord, making the friend with Him, and surrendering everything to Him. One can engage in all 9 devotional process, or 8 or 7, or at least one. That will surely make one perfect. The term Sangha Bardita is very significant. One should disassociate himself from the person who are against Krishna. Not only that, the atheistic person against Krishna, but also those who are attracted to fruitive activities and mental speculation. Therefore, pure form of devotional service is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.11 as follows: Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmadhyanarvitam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami clearly states that if anyone wants to execute unalloyed devotional service, he must be freed from all kind of material contamination. He must be freed from the association of persons who are addicted to fruitive activities and mental speculation. When freed from such unwanted association, from the contamination of material desire, one favorably cultivate the knowledge of Krishna. That is called pure devotional service. Anukulyena sankalpa pratikulyena bharjanam. One should think of Krishna and act for Krishna favorably, not unfavorably. Kansa was an enemy of Krishna's. From the very beginning of Krishna's birth, Kansa planned so many ways to kill him. And because he was always unsuccessful, he was always thinking of Krishna. This while working, while eating, while sleeping, he was always Krishna consciousness in every respect. But that Krishna consciousness was not favorable. Therefore, in spite of his always thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day, he was considered a demon. And Krishna at last killed him. Of course, anyone who is killed by Krishna attains salvation immediately. But that is not the aim of the pure devotee. The pure devotee does not even want salvation. He does not want to be transferred even to the highest planet, Goloka Vrindavan. His only objective is to serve Krishna wherever he may be. A devotee of Krishna is friendly to everyone. Therefore, it is said here that he has no enemy, nirvaira. How is thus a devotee situated in Krishna consciousness know that only devotional service to Krishna can relieve a person from all problem of life? He has personal experience of this, and therefore he wants to introduce this system, Krishna consciousness, into human society. There are many examples in the history of devotee of the Lord who risked their lives for spreading God consciousness. The favorite example is Lord Jesus Christ. He was crucified by the non-devotee, but he sacrificed his life for spreading God consciousness. Of course, it would be superficial to understand that he was killed. Similarly, in India also there are many examples such as Thakur Haridas and Prahlad Maharaj. Why such risk? Because they wanted to spread Krishna consciousness, and it is difficult. A Krishna conscious person who knows that if a man is suffering, it is due to his forgetfulness of his eternal relationship with Krishna. Therefore, the highest benefit one can render to human society is relieving one's neighbor from the material problem. In such a way, pure devotees engage in the service of the Lord. Now one can imagine how merciful Krishna is to those engaged in his service, risking everything for them. Therefore, it is certain that such person must reach the supreme planet after leaving the body. In summary, the universal form of Krishna, which is a temporary manifestation, and the form of time which devotes everything, even the form of Vishnu 400, have all been exhibited by Krishna. Thus, Krishna is the origin of all these manifestations. It is not that Krishna is manifestation of original Vishnu Rupa, Vishwarup or Vishnu. Krishna is the origin of all forms. There are hundred and thousand of Vishnus, but for a devotee, no form of Krishna is important, but the original form, 200 Shamsundar. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that those who are attached to Shamsundar from Krishna in the love and devotion can see him always within the heart, cannot see anything else. One should understand, therefore, that purport of this 11th chapter is that the form of Krishna is eternal and supreme. Thus, the end of the Bhakti Vedanta purport, 11th chapter, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and the matter of the universal form. So, this is a very big purport, but very, very important verses, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, because it gives us a formula to how to go back to Godhead. The success formula, the five things has been given here. So five formula, five steps how to go. Why Krishna is stressing this point, and why it is called the essence of Bhagavad Gita. In previous two verses, Krishna say that actually we have all been entrapped in this material world, turning away from the Lord, and we have been suffering in this material world. So Krishna wanted, as a father, affectionate father, he wanted us to bring back to Godhead. He is more anxious to bring us back than we are anxious to go back. We are so adamant, like a stubborn, obstinate child. We do not even have a mood to reconcile with Krishna. So as a result, the repercussion, the ramification is that we are suffering. Krishna bhuliya jiva bhagavan chakare nikatastha maya tare jhapatiya dare. As soon as we turn away from the Lord, the maya captured. Just like an example Prabhupada used to give. A person, he transgresses the law of the land, he was put into jail. And jail is not meant for enjoyment, it's meant for punishment, reformation, rehabilitation. Similarly, it is stated here that a very nice verses in this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking to Chanatan Goswami. So, Krishna bhuli se jiva anadi bahirmukha ateva maya tare de sansara dukha. Forgetting Krishna, the living entity, has been attracted by external feature from time immemorial. Therefore, illusory energy Maya gives him all kind of misery in his material existence. This material existence is very painful. The creator of the material existence, he himself say, it is dukkhalayam asaswatam. It is a place of misery. Just like Vidyalaya means there is a education. Bhojanalaya, the restaurant is called in Bhojanalaya, means Bhojan, the restaurant. Similarly, this place called dukkhalayam is full of misery and full of, is also temporary. So somebody may raise the question, then why Krishna created this? If it is a place of misery, why Krishna created in the first place? Many people, they condemned, oh, you are so unkind. There's something happened, tsunami, something calamity, sometime like just like a Dreamliner, Air India crashes our dreams within a moment. So they are telling why God is unkind. The small child also died. What is his karma? This, then that. So why then created the God? This first place, this material world. Today we are discussing Prabhu, the Srimad Bhagavatam. That why Krishna created the first place. Just like government. Government does not want to create prison house because he knows some people will transgress. Therefore, there is Changi jail. Similarly, today we are discussing Bhagavatam, that why Krishna created. He say that Krishna does not want to create. In these verses, it is stated that my dear Lord, although it is not your desire, you manifest this creation of gross and subtle element just for our sensual satisfaction. Let your causeless mercy be upon us. You have appeared before us in an eternal form, adorned with splendid wraith of sleep. There's another verses today we are discussing 5:18:38, that where Lord is not interested to create this world because we are so adamant. O Lord, you do not desire the creation, maintenance, or annihilation of the material world, but you perform this activity for the conditioned soul by your creative energy. Exactly as a piece of iron moves under the influence of lodestone, inert matter moves when you glance over the total material energy. So here it is said that just like a government do not like to create a prison house because he knows some people will transgress. Similarly, Lord does not want because we are so adamant. I want. Okay, you go. Prabhupada used to give example, just like a parents bringing the child to beach, and the children is playing castles. Parents no, don't do that. Water will come, wash away. They he is adamant. I want to play. I want to play. Okay, you play. I am creating something for you, but it will wash away. It's a temporary manifestation. And parents is waiting that when you will be finishing all your so-called material affairs, that repetition of this birth, death, all the things, then come back to me. Similarly, the Lord doesn't want, we are adamant. Because of our adamant, Lord is to create. Not only create, He's so merciful by creating also. He's showing His mercy because the place is to rehabilitate, reform us. So that we realize this place is Dukkhalayam Asaswata. Then one may raise the question, I am working in Singapore, I have got the status of citizenship or permanent resident, I am drawing a handsome salary, I am very much happy, I am an obedient wife, obedient children, beautiful wife. So why the Dukkhalayam? Where is Dukkhalayam? One may challenge. Very successful men, Elon Musk can challenge. Why I should be say, why you are ascribing and designating this material world as a Dukhalayam? Life is okay, life, I'm happy. But the problem is that we cannot maintain the status quo. Krishna say, Bhagavad Gita, that Janma Murtu Jara Vyadhi. Despite all this so-called happiness, we cannot maintain the status quo. We cannot remain happy for permanently, because death comes unsettle us, unsettle our status quo. Therefore Krishna say that that Dukkhalayam Asaswatam. This place is called Janma Murtu Jara Vyadhi Dosho Dosanudarsanam. Dukkha Dosanudarsanam. Krishna has given the four things, that Janma Murtu Jara Vyadhi. Janma means birth. Birth is painful. Murtu, death is painful. Jara Vyadhi, all this called misery. Somebody may say that what is the birth is painful, right? Birth is happy. We are celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday, right? Devotee also happy Krishna conscious birthday. So why the birth is Dukhalayam? So that is stated in Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam say that birth is also very what you say, excruciating, painful. Fallen into pool of blood, stool, urine within the abdomen of his mother. His own body scorched by the mother's gastric fire, embodied soul anxious to get out, counts his month and prays, "Oh my Lord, when shall I, a raised soul, be released from this confinement?" So the birth is very, very suffocating. It's a confinement in the abdomen, and which is, as you told, it's like a body scorched by mother gastric fire. It's very excruciatingly painful. We cannot have an incumbent. The scientists failed to create this artificial confinement. We cannot. They find out that within a 4 second one cannot survive under this 5 second. So that is the thing. How people thinking happy birthday, but somebody is born, we happy. You do not know that child is underwent so much excruciatingly painful, very pathetic condition. This 331 is giving all this the body pain, how much the painful the birth is. Then Krishna say, Bhat Janma Murtu Jara Vyadhi. So Murtu we will say. Murtu is anyway it is painful. So there is a Murtu is always, they say that I don't care for death. Death comes, RIP, rest in peace. What rest in peace? Rest in pieces. Your rest is pieces, not peace. Death is not something like very happily we're inviting, cordially inviting, please come, and no, I'm inviting you. No. So it is stated here that death is not at all pleasing, since everyone is exactly like a condemned man being led to place of execution. What possible happiness can people derive from material object or gratification they provide? So death is not at all. It's like a not pleasing as pleasing. Somewhere in Puran it is stated that some like 80,000 scorpion at once bite you. That kind of painful. Because your soul is snatched. You can see the near-death experience hospital. How people are so frightened at the time of death. Their bodily function is so much disoriented. They are so much frightened. Very, very tough. It is stated one of the verses also that how the death is 610:3, I think. Very painful also. This demigod 610 3. Let's see. Yes. Or elevated demigod, at the time of death, severe, unbearable pain takes away the consciousness of all living entity who have accepted the material body. Don't you know about this pain? So Krishna is giving these four things painful. This material world is painful. You may challenge, I am Elon Musk, I am Bill Gates, I am Ambani, Adnani. No. At the time, this kind of four kind of misery is applicable to either you are a Ambani or you are a rickshaw puller, either you are a Bill Gates or a gatekeeper, either you are a Elon Musk or anybody else. One has to suffer for birth, death, then disease, janma, mrityu, jara. Jara means old age. Old is very painful. Why? Invalidity. You cannot do anything. Have you been to old age home? We used to give charity to old age home. You see the pathetic. This is stated in Bhagavatam also, that how the old age is very. The foolish family man does not become averse to family life, although he is maintained by those whom he once maintained. Deformed by influence of old age, he prepares himself to meet the death. The next verses is speaking about the old age also. So how it is, the old age is very invalid age. So he say that thus he remains home just like a pet dog. See, this old age means illness. Illness. Thus he remains at home just like a pet dog, eats whatever is so negligently given to him. Afflicted with many illness such as dyspepsia, loss of appetite, he eats only very small morsel of food. He becomes an invalid who cannot work anymore. So that is called old age is also painful. In by you cannot do anything. And finally is disease. So disease also is painful. Disease also very painful. In the disease condition, one's eyes bulge due to the pressure of air from within. His glands become congested with mucus. He has difficulty breathing upon exhaling, inhaling. He produces a sound like gura gura, a rattling within the throat. So that is disease condition. Small cough also we are feeling so much so much unsuffocated, no, unwell. So how these are the four important misery. Therefore, Krishna does not want us to stay here because this place is Dukhalayam. Even after you challenge, sir, Dukhalam, life is a challenge. Sometimes the motivational speaker nowadays is overwhelming due to the onset of this social media. They say life is a challenge, meet it. What is their challenge? Very, you very much encouraging you. But how long? How long? Life is a challenge, you meet it. But how long? Therefore, Krishna particularly put asashvatam. This is a temporary manifestation. Bhuta bhutta praliyate. This material world has got expiry date. The whole material world we are staying is expiry date. What to speak about our body? Everything is temporary. This is also stated in this verse. You say that even after one challenge that I am happy, I am successful, but he cannot cross over this temporary nature of the material world. It's stated in these verses that materialistic activities are always mixed with three kind of miserable condition: adhyatmic, adidaivic, adibhautik. Therefore, even if one achieves some success by performing such activities, what is the benefit of this success? One is still subject to the birth, death, old age, disease, the reaction of his fruitive activities. See, supposing one is called, what is that called? Tendulkar, Virat Kohli. They are successful men, successful sportsmen, successful Bollywood star Amitabh Bachchan and so on, and Tom Cruise, Hollywood and all. But what will happen? They are also subject to, Elon Musk also subject to birth, death, old age, disease. He is trying to have another space. He has to go to other planet. Even after you go to other planet, you cannot escape. You cannot escape from this kind of misery. He does not know that Abrahma Bhuvanala Loko Punaravartina Arjuna. This so-called expedition is simply what you say childish, Prabhupada say, childish. There's a verse also there. If you fly to other planet, I forget, let's see. Yes. O great hero, one who takes birth is sure to die, for death is born with the body. One may die today or after 100 years. Death is sure for every living being. You cannot escape. There's another verse is there, forget. One can, if you go to fly to other planet also, you cannot escape from the death. I don't know which verse, but I forget. That is there, So you cannot get out from this this. Oh, I forgot. Anyway, so this is the thing. This in concomitant miseries, that obnoxious misery is always by default. One cannot escape, irrespective of your status. Therefore, Krishna In this verse, he is giving a formula how to escape. And if you say, no, another one, I forget. Anyway, so that means that whole idea of Krishna to coming here to reclaim us. As long as we stay here, we cannot escape from all the things. If you're thinking that I don't care who is discussing about the death, who is discussing about the birth, disease, everybody discussing about this now Bollywood, Hollywood, politics, but you see that the dreamliner crashes the dreams within a moment. So we cannot guarantee padam padam yad padam. Every breath is a death breath. Nishwasa nahi vishwasa. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee any moment. We do not stomach the discussion about the day, discussion about all the misery, because we don't like everybody want happiness. Yes, see, spiritual life is not the bereft of happiness. Only different is that Krishna is telling us, do not go after this temporary happiness, this so-called happiness which is impregnated with all kind of birth, death, disease, misery, all this misery, obnoxious misery, is useless waste of time. Therefore, one should try for unexhausted happiness, permanent happiness that will not be threatened by the all kind of birth, death, disease, old age. That is what Krishna's formula. You are my part, Mavayansa Jiva Loko, Jiva Bhutta Samanatana. You are my part and parcel, fragmental part and parcel. Just like a finger is a part and parcel. It should be associated with the body. If it is not associated with body, that means it is amputated or some disease, something wrong, useless. Similarly, Krishna telling you are my part and parcel, you are supposed to associate with me. But you have turned away from me, as a result you are suffering. And Krishna does not want, because father does not want. Despite his child's obstinacy, father wants, let me come down. He is coming down. He is showing his causeless mercy. Never mind. I want to come and reclaim us. So he is preparing everything. He is speaking Bhagavad Gita. This purport, Prabhupada writing Bhagavad Gita is meant for what? What is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? What is the core and cardinal message of Bhagavad Gita? That you come back to me. Sarvadharman parityada mamekam saranam. You come back to me. And how to surrender? The process today is given. And 2 verses before, Krishna say, if any other formula if you have got, this Baba, that Baba, or God is impersonal, all other processes are not working. Krishna say that just before 2 verses, today's verses, Krishna say that all other formula will not work. This formula I am giving you, take it, it will work. This is a beautiful verses. He says that the form you are seeing with your transcendental cannot be understood simply by studying Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penance, nor by charity, nor by worshipping. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. So he is rejecting all other method. Only method is prescribing just previous verses that you do the bhakti to me. Without bhakti, one cannot come back to me. Only process is bhakti. So he is categorically saying, Bhaktya anannaya sakya aham eva buddha Arjuna. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mystery of my understanding. So if you want to go back to Krishna, you want to successfully transfer yourself from this planet without being crushed. This is a dreamliner, where Vrindavan, to go back to Golok Vrindavan. So people even do not know there is a spiritual world. They are thinking this material world, this is one life, material world is all in all. They have no idea. They have no idea of purpose of life. They have no idea there is a spiritual world. And that spiritual world is not temporary like material world. And that spiritual world is no more birth, death, disease, old age. That is called Vaikuntha. Kuntha means what? Anxiety. Anxiety of birth, death, disease, old age, all problem. Vaikuntha means Vigata Kuntha Tasmad Iti Vaikuntha. Then no more Kuntha. No more anxiety. Free from. No, you don't need to go to office 9 o'clock, coming back 5 o'clock. So much enormous stressful life, exceedingly busy life. No time for anything. You don't have to bother about how to solve my economic problem, how to solve my housing, how to solve my utility bills. No. So Krishna has given a hint in Bhagavad Gita that there is a spiritual world. Paratasmat Kanya Bhav. The 2 verses Krishna says, many verses, but 2 important verses Prabhupada used to quote. Paratasmastu anya bhava, paratastu bhava anya vyakta vyakta sanatana, yes sarva bhuteshu nasyasya na vinasyati. Yet there is another unmanifested nature which is eternal and transcendental to the unmanifested matter. It is supreme, is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So this whole world has got an expiry date. We will be expired. Either this birth, next birth, many birth you take, but we will be expired because it's temporary manifestation. But Krishna is giving a hint. There is a spiritual world which has no expiry. Sanatana means no beginning, no ending. Ramanujacharya defined Sanatana Dharma. We say Sanatana means there is no ending, no beginning. It's never annihilated. Krishna says that if you go there, you will not come back to this miserable world. Krishna saying in this, giving hint something. See, this is all introduction to these verses. No, there is formula is still, there are things to be, this introduction why Krishna is speaking all the things, because he want to take us back. And this world is miserable. Na tad bhasayat surya na sasanka na pavaka yad gatva na nirbantate tadadham paramamam. Krishna himself is giving a hint that my abode is there. The supreme abode of mine is not illumined by sun or moon, nor by fire, electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. It's not a blanket statement. He is given that yes, there are many people have gone. They do not want to come back. Vita raga bhaya krodho. See, Krishna says that it's not that I am speaking just blanket. No, there is a proof in history. Many people have gone to that. So many people have gone. In 2 verses, he has said that. He says that many people has already been to this place. He says that Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha Manamaya Mam Upasrita Bhava Jnana Tapasa Putamad Bhavam Agataha. So he says that being freed from attachment, fear, anger, being fully absorbed in me, taking refuge in me, many persons in the past, he is giving a reference, evidence. Yes, past, they become purified by knowledge of me, thus they all attain the transcendental love for me. They have gone to the spiritual world. They have association with, they have got the association. So therefore the devotees, sadhu, they do not like this place. Just like a crow. Crow likes a filthy place. They say that pilgrimage of, for them it is pilgrimage. Filthy place. Bayasam tirtha. Whereas swan, they like clear water. So Krishna also say in 8:15, this place is miserable, and those who are devotees, they do not like this place. They do not like. Mam upetya punar janma dukkhalayam asashvatam napunmanti mahatmanah. Those who are great soul, samsiddhim paramam gataha. After attaining me, O great soul, who are yogis in devotion, never return to this temporary world, which is full of misery, because they have attained the highest perfection. They do not like. Only the crow's kind of mind, they want to stay, I am enjoying, I am having this enjoyment. They have no idea. They have no idea the repercussion that your so-called enjoyment is temporary. Is temporary. Your so-called success also is subjected to annihilations, subjected to the birth, death, disease, old age. Therefore, Krishna is giving formula today, 5 formula. First thing is, let's go back to the verse. These are all introduction to the verses. Now we will speak about the formula. Now Krishna say that this place is Dukhalayam. There is a place called Sanatana Dharma, Golok Bundavan, spiritual sky, spiritual planet, and we should go to there. That is the purpose of life. The purpose of life, human being, is to go back to spiritual world, not to undergo all the repetition of birth, death. Therefore, particularly human being, human species of life is very important, because they can understand the purpose of life. They can understand Bhagavad Gita. We cannot invite the dogs to sit here and understand it. Therefore, it is said that human form of life is very important, because they have endowed with intelligence. Dharma eka adhika vishesha, dharmena hina pasuvi samana. The pasu has no thing. They are simply eating, sleeping, mating, depending. But we have got extra intelligence that we can become God consciousness. We can stop this miserable life and go back to God. We can cut the queue. Don't be in the queue like a slaughterhouse. One cow is slaughtered, another one is munching the grass. Oh, grass is very nicer. Our thing is like this. We are thinking we are happy, munching the grass. The Air India 787, that aeroplane crash. Our aeroplane will be safe. They do not know the next time is your aeroplane. You never know that. Eh? Even though the verses say that either you die today or tomorrow 100 years, you have to give up this temporary platform. You are forced to give up, despite your so-called tenacious determination to remain in this material world, to have fun and frolic, rest and relax. The death will not. The material nature has an intrinsic characteristic that it will never allow you to stay. It will reject you very ruthlessly. Ruthlessly. We cannot bribe the death. One moment, please, sir. No. Steve Jobs, 54 years, $1 trillion owner. He was perished. $50 trillion owner. He could not even extend his one moment of time. He realized I should have invested more time in spirituality. So this is very important. Spiritual bank balance is very important. At the time of death, material bank balance it cannot. You may, as the verse is there, you may cry. eh, It will not help. All these people who died, they must be crying. But without devotional service, one cannot be. There's a verse is there. He say that, what is that verse now? 11, 29, 21. So he say that Uddhava, great obscene, in a dangerous situation, an ordinary person cries, become fearful, laments, oh help me, God. But that do not change the situation. But activities offered to me without personal motivation, even if they are externally useless, amount to actual process of release. Krishna say you do bhakti, even little bit of swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatva. If you are not doing, you are trying to have a dreamliner with sophisticated, what is they say, state of the art. State of the art means the modern technology they are using. Everything is automated, autopilot, everything. What will happen? It will crashes our dream. Therefore, without devotional service, so-called crying has no value. So we may say that we don't care now, but you will care it today or tomorrow or after 100 years at the time of death. Definitely will. Therefore, Krishna say, if you do not care now, I will come as a death. Murtu sarvarasa chaham. I will take away everything. That will, then you will say, I don't believe in God. God is dead. Jai Gantra. So then you will find it that it is. Therefore, our main thing is to how to become Krishna consciousness. The bottom line is everybody wants secure life, safe life, happiness. That happiness cannot be attained in material world. Only spiritual world. There's no way. At the dispense of material nature, Prabhupada, I'm repeating the word, at the dispense of material nature, nobody can have a happiness. It will not allow you to happy. You ask the Trump, he is a problem now. If you ask the Elon Musk, he is a problem of how the Trump is cutting my subsidy. So everybody is in anxiety, from president to aunt. Everybody anxiety. And anybody who is trying to or dreaming to, planning to, scheming to become happy in this material world, he is in illusion. He is in ignorance, gross ignorance. Everybody is planning for this. See, Lord Shiva is speaking. Very nice verse. So he's speaking that everybody you are planning, but you do not know so-called planning has no value, waste of time. In these verses, Lord Shiva say, my dear Lord, all the living entity within the material world are mad after planning for things. Everybody is planning. Tomorrow I have to do this one. Tomorrow I have to do that. And after planning, they are always busy with a desire to do this, do that. This is due to uncontrolled greed. And the greed of material enjoyment is always existing in the living entity. But your lordship is alert. And in due course of time, you strike him just as a snake seizes a mouse. Very easily swallowed. So people are planning, but they do not know that at the time factor, time, time is important. Every day, every moment we are dying. Every sunrise, Ayur Harati by Punsam. Every sunrise, tomorrow we are going to reduce one day of our life, right? We have very much oblivion to that. We don't know. Is imperceptibly we are taking away the sun, taking away our duration of life. We are not prepared for that. We are preparing how to plan for my next plan, to how to purchase this condo, purchase this car, purchase this dress, purchase this asset. And all this planning is going on, but we do not know that the sun is planning every day taking away our one day. That is there. That's why this spiritual thing very important. This knowledge is important to understand the purpose of life. People suffer because of ignorance. I do not know how to cross the traffic light. I will endanger myself and end up in hospital, either by broken leg, broken ear, or maybe in a dying situation. So therefore, we should be very alert that time is passing. I should be serious to understand the formula to get out. You should be serious that time is, there's a verse is there. You say that one should be serious. In this verses it is say that knowing that one duration of life is being similarly cut down by passing day and night, one should be shaken by fear. Let me now finish. In this way, giving up all material attachment, desire, one understands Supreme Lord, active perfect peace. So one should prepare for that, not to wait for when the storm will come, when the cyclone will come, I will learn how to swim. That is foolishness. Procrastination is the thief of time. Our spiritual master Prabhupada used to say, do not procrastinate. Finish your business in this life. He used to say that, my Guru Maharaj used to say, this material world is very stinking place, like latrine. And nobody, by artificial spraying the perfume, one cannot make the latrine is a very nice place. Therefore, we have some business, you to finish it and go back. This life, do not even wait for. Procrastination thief of the time. More and more the Kali Yuga advances, we will have Instagram plus plus plus, WhatsApp plus plus plus. Now there is something, Elon Musk is coming with some chat, new chat to to counteract, to compete with WhatsApp. So new things will come to distract our goal, distract our purpose of life. Therefore, finish it. It becomes sluggish. After 100 years, it will become slow. The devotee will not be there. Like Prabhu, like our His Grace Sundar Goswami, they are strict follower. They will not be there to guide us. Slowly, everything is deteriorating. Everything is degenerating. Therefore, we should take advantages. Prabhupada has come. Devotees are exalted. Devotees are there. We should take advantages, finish this business. So I will go back to immediately what Krishna said, the 5 things. So 5 steps. Now the real things, practical things Krishna is telling. So Krishna is telling, mat karma krit. Mat karma krit means everybody is acting. Bhagavad Gita says that nobody can remain inactive for a moment, even to maintain our physical body. Chapter 3:5. So therefore, everybody has to do something. You are going to office, somebody going to business, factory, everything. But the main central purpose, the bottom line, the beneficiary is Krishna. Otherwise, your so-called work is binding us. So-called work will not elevate, because every karma has got the reaction, is resultant reaction. This Newtonian law of action and reaction. Every action called is equal, has got equal and opposite reaction. Newtonian third law. So every action you do, that has a reaction. So then we have to entangle it. Supposing I do something, activities, are they either good or bad? I have to take birth. If it is good, I will be higher birth. Like somebody asked, why Bill Gates and Elon Musk, they are very rich, they have never prayed to Lakshmi. They have prayed, you don't know, last birth. So many births they would have prayed. So actually say that pious activity, the result of the richness is the result of your pious activity for long. It is stated, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna say that all these opulences is due to the pious activities. So you would have done the pious activity there, but again you have to take back. Krishna does not want you go up and down like roller coaster, Singapore, what is swing, Singapore flyer. So Singapore flyer like up and down. No, you get out. Prabhupada given an example in a jail. Supposing you are promoted, sir, you are promoted to now ASL. What is ASL? You have got the Wi-Fi, Netflix, Amazon, Prime, you have all PUBG, everything. Is that the very good proposal? You are still in the jail. Your real proposal to get out of the jail. So this is not a good proposal. I will go to ASL. My promotion I am celebrating. Everybody celebrating. I got promotion. I am now in a CEO. I am manager. But sir, this promotion is temporary. You have to get out. Still you are subject to the death, subject to punishment. It's not that I have got ASL, I will not get punishment. The extra facilities has been given. That's all. So that is called Mat Karma Kriya. There's a beautiful verses. I will show you quickly. Because the introduction took us, the formula is, there's a beautiful verse. Nehat karma dharmaya na vairagya kalpate na tirthapad sevai jivan api mrityu hi sa. So you are telling anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life, anyone whose religious ritualistic performance do not raise him to the renunciation, anyone situated in renunciation that does not lead him to devotional service to the Supreme Lord, must be considered dead, although he is Vedic. So our work has to connect with the Krishna, otherwise work binds us. What by Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita, that work binding us, karmena karma, what is that called? Jagyarthat karmana anyata lokoyam karma bandhana. Any action has got reaction, either good or bad. You will be getting it. So therefore Krishna say, in order to not to get reaction, you do the Krishna karma. You do it for me. You are doing business, you do it for me. At least you do the give the result. Karmani badhikarasya ma phalesu kadachana. Ma karma phala hetur mate sangasya karmani. You are getting salary, you give something to the Krishna service. Then your karma has no reaction. Because everything belongs to the Lord and we are stealing it. And the account has to be settled. Everything belongs to Krishna. A whole material world is created for us. Therefore, our karma can be purified by giving whatever is our energy for the service of the Lord. Therefore, Krishna says, Anyartha karma bandhana, otherwise you are binding, you are doing for yourself. Whole Bhagavad Gita is evolved on this point. Arjuna want to do for himself. I don't want to fight, it is not palatable for me to kill my kith and kins. Say Krishna say, you are fool. You do not know, you will be more bound by the reaction. You are thinking that it will be reactive and I will be suffering. No. He rejected. Lord say that you have to do for me. That is whole idea of Bhagavad Gita. The central, Prabhupada is writing the preface, the central point of Bhagavad Gita that you should work for the Krishna sake. So Arjuna is a greatest example that he is a military man. After Bhagavad Gita hearing, he remained a military man. Only change is that instead of doing for himself, he is doing his profession for the Krishna sake. And he became a prophet devotee, great devotee of the Lord. He become eternalized by his name Partha Sarathi. So that is called Mat Karma, Krishna Karma. So Krishna is telling, first you have to do Krishna Karma. Every activity you used to dovetail with Krishna. I have to do something. I have to go to market, see the mustaf vegetables. Oh, let me buy for Krishna. That is called Krishna Karma. So then, Mat Parama, what is your goal of life? I want to become a CEO. They used to ask within 10 years, how do you see yourself? No, interview question. How do you see yourself in 10 years? Well, I want to become a CEO. I want to become this. I want to see. No, our goal should be Krishna. Mat Parama. Parama's goal is to go back to Godhead. A so-called going to higher planetary system. I want to become a Brahma also. That is rejected. Because Brahma Bhuvanal Loka Punaravartina Arjuna. You want to go to deluxe. I want to become Indra, Brahma. I will have affair with Apsara. That is also rejected. Temporary. How long? Then you have to come back. Murtu Sansara Vartamani. Again you have to take birth. Again you have to die. This cycle of birth is going on. So you have to escape it. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, no need of going back, going to Brahma Lok. No need of worshipping everybody. People are worshipping to Brahma, go to Brahma Lok. Go worshipping the demigod, go to demigod. Krishna said, no. Why? Because Brahma Bhuvanal Loka. Again you have to come back. But Yadgatta na nirbantata. If you worship me, you will go back to me. Again you will not come back. No need. All your things, temporary birth and death, all your so-called temporary miserable thing will be stopped. You have to go back. The whole idea to go back to spiritual planet, Krishna Lok, highest planet, not this intermediate planet where you have to transit. No more transit. Just like you go to transit, you cannot stay. You have to 4 hours, 5 hour transit. After that, you have to go back. Maximum they have like limit of 12 hours something. Then you have to go back to your destination. Similarly, the transit period, you want to stay in Brahmalokha, Lord Shiva's planet, all these things will not be helped. So then Krishna say, first you work for me, make me my goal. Madhbhakta, you become my devotee. You become my devotee. How you become my devotee? Simply process of devotional service, Navada Bhakti. What is that Navada Bhakti? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. This Navada Bhakti is there, is given prescribed, authorized way. Bhakti does not mean that what I like, I will do bhakti what I like, what is convenient for me. What is I am feeling, Prabhu, I am feeling God is my heart. I am feeling it. No, this is not according to your feeling. Bhakti should be according to this scripture, according to God is saying how you come back to me. Not that Tom, Dick, and Harry telling how to go back to God, Krishna. No, Krishna himself telling. Bhakti should be authorized. Just like constitution, you cannot manufacture a law. Babu, I am feeling that going right hand side is better. No, the law is already established by the law of land, by government. Similarly, all this bhakti, the process of bhakti is already established by Krishna. Krishna say, Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Bandhanam. He say hearing, chanting about Vishnu. It has never said any demigod also. This Baba, that Baba, this demigod, that no. Particularly Vishnu is given. The Vishnu particularly. Therefore, we should follow the authorized. It's not whimsical. Bhakti is not whimsical. Whimsical. What is that word? Pancharatrika Vidhivinna Aikantika Harer Bhakti Utpaidev. Otherwise, disturbances. Why this India so much disturbances? They do not follow the standard procedure of Bhakti. So many polytheistic, poly formula, this formula, that formula. They do not follow the authorized standard of bhakti. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasam, Sakam, Atmani Vedana, Iti Punsarpita Vishnu, Bhakti Chena Navalakana, Kriyate Bhagavati Yada, Tadmanya Aditam Uttama. Those who doing this 9 kind of devotional service, they are called the most intelligent. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to the most learned person. He has acquired complete knowledge. He has acquired complete knowledge. Why this other hodgepodge, Hindu religion, this religion? Why? Because they do not adopt this standard procedure. And even one also, you do not need to do all the 9 process. Even anyone hearing only, supposing you are coming here, you are doing devotional service here, hearing process. I am speaking, that is chanting process. You can chant also Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is chanting process. All these 9, one also you are attracted. There's a verse is there, he say that one also it is fine, 21:3 says. Any one, like Parikshit Maharaj was caused to die within 7 days. He only hear about glories of the Lord, he went back to God. Sukadev Goswami chant, he went back to God. So this is the third point. First, you have to work for Krishna. Second, you have to make Krishna as the goal of life, not become a CEO and all. Then third is Madhavakta, Sangha Varjita, very important point. I think one of the classes Prabhu was telling how important the association. Judge Bernard says that one is judged by his association, by his company. So association is very important. With good association, we can flourish. With bad association, therefore, association is very, very important to shaping our devotional, shaping our purpose of life also. Nobody is bad, nobody is drunkard by the birth. With association, they change. Therefore, it is stated that asatsanga taga ehi vaishnava achar. So, first of all, you should be reject these 2 kind of sangha very, very carefully. Asatsanga taga ehi vaishnava achar. Sri sangi eka sadhu Krishna vakta. So for Vaishnava, the standard behavior is to avoid association of ordinary people not interested in Krishna Bhakti. Supposing you associate with a drunkard, what you will learn? What is rum, what is whiskey, what is cocktail, all the things, how to create a, what is it called? The glass they create. This create, all this will learn. If you associate with the devotee, you will learn devotee. If you associate with this, you see, even association is there in animal life. The cows, the crows can never associate with the swan. Therefore, in business also, the chamber of commerce, they associate with their own people. The lawyers associate with their own people. So association is very important. We should avoid the materialistic, atheistic people association. It is very detrimental. It is say that it makes you to go to hell also. There's a beautiful verses, 11 canto. Uddhava is, Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. See, very important verses. This is called Aila Gita. Here it is say that one should never associate with materialists, those dedicated to gratifying the genitals and belly. By following them, one falls into the deepest pit of darkness, just like a blind man who follows another blind man. So association, always check the association. You are judged by your association, always. So always with association. And association is very important. Just like a crystal, it falls into somewhere, it reflects. By association, we imbibe the quality. Just like an iron associated with fire, iron imbibe the quality of fire. If you touch the iron, it will like a fire burn you. Association you can imbibe. Even in modern things, they say that you will be judged by your five intimate friends. The average of five intimate friends, their quality, how they are. Your nature will be like this. It is imbibing. It is very infectious. So this is the fourth point. The last point, Krishna is telling the success formula that nirbahira. Nirbahira means no enemy. Nirbahira means he has no enemy, who is friendly to every living entity. Sadhus are very titikha karunika. Jesus Christ, he has no enemy. People have got the enemy for, because what if you propagate this Krishna consciousness is very risky thing. People do not like this. What this God consciousness? Who is speaking all these things? So they are not very unsettling their so-called planning of how to become enjoy in this life. Preaching means they go against their dream. Your dream is so-called dream is simply phantasmagoria, is imagination. There is no reality in that. So they do not like. So the preacher is risking his life. Jesus Christ is preaching, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not covet. But these people whom preaching, they only kill them. Their own people, the fishermen, they killed. Even our Haridas Thakur was beaten by the canes. So the preachers are risk. So, but the preacher should not. So always friendly, because in a hospital, supposing everybody in hospital, somebody is vomiting. Do you think doctor will say, why you are vomiting? Get out. No, he knows that everybody is disease condition. So let me more thick tolerance. Everybody is in a hospital means everybody is sick. So let me try. So he is always friendly to all living entity. So one should be always friendly to living entity, understanding that in sickness. If you do that, if you're concerned about others, preaching others, not only you know yourself. Oh, I know now the formula Krishna giving, that you have to work for me, you have to make my goal, make me the goal of life. Then third one, you become my devotee. Fourth one is that, what is the fourth one? Um, uh, Fourth one is that what is the Sangha Varjita? You are disassociate with materialistic person, and Nirvairi, you become friend to living entity. You know yourself, that is not good. You should speak to others. That is, you are concerned about others. You are concerned about others. You are selfless. Krishna likes it. Krishna say he is my dearest because he is not selfish devotee. He is selfless. He wanted to also bring Parikit, Prahlad Maharaj. He doesn't want to go back. He want to bring all these people along with it. He rejected the invitation to go back to Godhead. He told, no, I will bring everyone with me. That is devotee. That is devotee. Paradukha Dukhi, Vaishnava. So with the last verses, I will end how this devotees should be like this. To go to Vaikuntha, that is very, very important quality of preaching others. So here it says self-effulgent Vaikuntha planet, by whose illumination alone all the illuminating planet within the material world give off reflected light, cannot be reached. You cannot go back to Vaikuntha. How? By those who are not merciful to other living entity. Only person who are constantly engaged in welfare activity for other living entity can reach Vaikuntha planet. So this is Nirvair, who is concerned about others, preach others. So this five formula has been given. At least if you do not do all the formula, one formula you can do. Krishna say that Madhavakta, you become a devotee, automatically other thing will come. And that devotee is nine process, and chanting out of all the thing, chanting is the best thing. If you simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, all other steps are adjusted along with that. Everything adjusted. So this is called Tat Tat Karma Pravartanat. You should work for Krishna, at least chant one thing, then other things will follow. In this formula, in this way, if you follow, then we can go back to Vaikuntha. If you do not follow, then you say, I don't care what Bhagavad Gita say. Many people, other Purana, other things. No. Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita that if you do not follow, you will be lost. See, Krishna is also saying that if you do not follow, you think that I don't care. श्री कृष्ण से मदचित सर्वदुर्गानि मद प्रसाद तरिष्यसि अहच्चेत अथाचेत त्वम अहंकारा ना स्वस्य विनक्ष्यसि. Krishna say, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over all obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such a consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, Krishna giving a formula, I don't care for that. Then you will be lost. You will be lost mean what? Murtu sansara vartamani. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jase. Again in the womb of some mother. In going on, cycle of birth and death. Suffering, repeated suffering. So Krishna wants us to not to suffer. Krishna wants us to become permanently happy by associating with him and going back to spiritual world, who is never annihilated. So that is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, essence of this thing. Thank you very much. We have already time. Yes, so we will stop here. The announcement will be there for festivals in the fourth floor. So we will have a last arati, then followed by prasadam at fifth floor, right? Fifth floor. Thank you very much. Any question? We will discuss fifth floor. Sorry, basement. Prasadam at basement after the arati. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna Ganthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.